And it is Wednesday, September 12th, 2018, here with your free live show, live picks. Of course, we do 3 free picks on this show every single day, so it's a great way to get started. Of course, I announced a couple days ago I'm going to do a college football show. I'm going to do that today at either 5 or 6 Eastern time. I'm just not sure. Say we'll do it at 5:30 Eastern time. So I'll see you guys at 5:30. We're going to go through the entire college football schedule. So we'll do previews of games. I'll give out picks, and on some of them, I haven't done my preview picks for this week, but we'll sort through them. I won't say which games are premium picks, but anything like that. But we'll just go over the games. We'll do it in live format, so it should be pretty interesting. But anyways, of course, on this show we do 3 free picks every single day, and we do it right around this time. I don't have, for those of you watching on YouTube, I don't have my microphone on. It's traveling and left at the Vegas place, so I'm gonna have to come up with an alternative plan for the microphone for the YouTube to fix the audio. But I'll have that fixed by the college football show. I'll either use the headphones for the phone, or I will use something else. We'll figure it out. I'm not too concerned. But anyways, we're here every single day with 3 free picks. Doesn't matter where we're at, what's going on in my life. No excuses, just free picks. Of course, we give everybody a couple minutes just to join us, and then we do the free picks. That's the format of the show. We have really no time limits, no boundaries. Sometimes we don't even talk about sports. But, of course, we do this every single day. Anyways. You guys want to talk about the games, you want to ask questions, the place to do that, of course, as always, in the Facebook group. Conversation doesn't just go on during the show in the Facebook group, it goes on all night long. So, on all day long. Got almost 2,500 people now in the Facebook group, which is not a gigantic number. It's pretty good, though. You know, it's considering the group's only about 2 months old. We started at the end of June. So 2.5 months old, so we're averaging about 500 people a week joining. It's pretty good. Anyways, see some big lines out there. Somebody asked a question about the Red Sox, and if you have ever seen my shows or ever have heard me talk or anything like that, you know, minus 260 in a baseball game is not in my language. I don't even understand what that means. You bet minus 260, you are an idiot. There is no, in a sport where the very, very best teams lose 50 to 60, lose 60 times a year, you certainly don't want to be laying minus 260, because if you're laying minus 260, your team has to win 135, 140 games just to break even. That never happens. So either you don't lay it, either you take the other team or you don't play it. Anyways, let's get to one of these early games. Got the Cardinals up against the Pirates, and I'll tell you what, the last 2 days I bought into the Pirates. It doesn't matter if Chris Sale goes 1 inning or if he goes 9 innings. This time of year, Chris Sale has never had a good September, that's for sure. And if anything, going against Chris Sale is where all the value is when you get to this time of year. That's why I predicted the Astros to put the beat down on the Red Sox at Fenway. They absolutely did. I said it all season long that was going to happen, and we'll see it in the postseason, and hopefully we get some quick value betting against the Red Sox while their short stint in the postseason is around. But anyways, you have questions on specific games, the place to do that always is in the Facebook group. That's where I take all the questions for on the show. So our first pick for today's show is the Cardinals and the Pirates. Daniel Ponce de Leon on the mound for the Cardinals. Got Talion on the mound for the Pirates. And Talion's been exceptional. You know, it's the Pirates seem to have these really good pitchers that don't. I don't know. It just seems that in the big games that they never seem to get it done. In the important matchup, they never seem to get it done. Ponce de Leon, we've seen him a few times. We saw him in his first start. Of course, he had the no-hitter going, and they yanked him. That was the big news that day. And, of course, then they used him in the bullpen a lot for short stints. And then in his starts, he really hasn't gone long into these games. 4 innings, 3.1 innings. It's kind of like either he doesn't have the stuff to go long innings, or he just, runs out of gas early. Either way that you slice it, he's not going to go deep into this game. The thing is that the Cardinals seem to pretty much have the Pirates' number in this series. They've taken down, 2 of their best pitchers in the early part of this series, and they haven't been a great road team all season long. So I'm going to have to go with the Cardinals at home here on the cheap price. So that will be my first pick for today's show, will be the St. Louis Cardinals. Of course, we do 3 free picks every single game, every single day here at Sports Chat Place. And, of course, over at Sports Chat Experts, that's where you can get my best bets each and every day. Of course, the Cardinals, going back to that game, if the season ended today, they'd be in as a wild card team, as the Dodgers have faded back now 3 games behind them. Meanwhile, it's the Cubs, the Braves, the Rockies, and Cubs, Braves, Rockies, with the Brewers and the Cardinals, the 2 wild card teams. The Dodgers 3 games back in the wild card. And we have the Diamondbacks 4 games back. The Phillies fading fast at 6.5 games back. The Nationals, the team that we picked to be the most disappointing team in baseball this season, absolutely stinking up the joint. So anyways, you guys might see behind me, there it is on YouTube, and you guys can see it on Facebook. There's all these patio chairs. Outside, all this patio furniture inside the house. So we had a tropical storm warning, but I'll tell you what, there's no wind and no rain here at all. 0. Second time. We had a hurricane right before I left for Vegas, and now we had a tropical storm. So we got absolutely nothing. We just got we have absolutely nothing going on here. Russ Hall, do you think the weather? That game is not today, so we don't talk about games that aren't today on this show. Like I said, I'll be doing a college football show later on today, and I'll be going over every game on the schedule. At least have a comment on it, if not a pick. But on this show, we only talk about games that are the day of the game, and that's the format that we've kept for over a year on this show, year and a half, and that's what we're gonna do. Anyways, let's get to another free pick. I'm planning on doing the college show at 5:30, but if it goes at 5 or 6 Eastern, so be it. The show will be out there, and it'll be in the long form, so something you can probably plug into your car and listen to, even if you don't see me. We don't do any exciting video on the show, at least not now, so you won't be missing anything just by listening to it, kind of plug and play in the car as a podcast or something. Eventually we'll be hooking it up into and doing it as a podcast on iTunes, but we used to do that in the past, Just trying to find a more efficient way to do it than the way we used to do it. Anyways, let's get to another game. And, of course, 3 free picks every single day. And, of course, we have free picks on every single game, every single day at sportschatplace.com. Let's go to, wow, there's so many big lines here. Let's go to Chicago, where the Cubs are taking on the Diamondbacks. Kyle Hendricks on the mound up against Chase Anderson. I think Anderson's been a little bit disappointing this season. And Kyle Hendricks, well, he's come on of late, shrugging off the really slow start to the season that he had. I thought that maybe he had lost what he had done earlier this year. But earlier in his career, I mean, and then I thought the teams had figured him out. But lately, I'll be honest, you guys know I don't like the Cubs, but I like what Hendricks has done to kind of turn his season around here. One thing, though, in this one, I expect to see the bats come out here. I like the over in this one. I know that Hendricks is only allowing 1 run ERA in his last 3 starts, but I don't care. I expect the Brew Crew to unload with the bats here, and I expect the Cubs to be able to hit Anderson pretty hard as well. I like the over. I think this game is decided in the bullpen, and that will be my second pick for today's show, is the over in the Cubs-Brewers game. Bruce is asking if I take questions on the college football show. I think I'll take some, but not much. Because, like I said, I haven't done my premium picks yet. So my best bets are always going to be in the premium area. I'm not going to give away my premium picks on the college football show. That's not going to happen. I'm not going to, there's no, I like doing the show. I like I like doing things like that. I do a different show. And, of course, I love college football. So I'm looking forward to doing that show, and then I'm also going to do an NFL show tomorrow. But the issues here are still that, I can't give away my premium picks. This is what I do. Anyways, let's get to our last pick of today's show. I don't know what the question was there. Trying to figure out some of these questions. Yeah, we don't take questions from the YouTube side. We only take questions from our Facebook group. So if you want to ask some questions, the place to do that's always in the Facebook group. We just broadcast the show on YouTube. So let's take a look, and we'll do one more free pick here. Like I said, we'll be doing the college football show later on. So we got the Giants up against the Braves, Holland up against Anibal Sanchez. Holland has pitched pretty well this season. Remember, he used to be a #1 when he was back with the Texas Rangers before he had surgery, and he was always a good pitcher. And Sanchez, well, I think he's the comeback player of the year this year. I think he's the guy. He's got to be the Major League Baseball comeback player of the year. This guy was out of baseball, pitched his way into the Braves rotation, and this team is going into the postseason, and a lot of it has been the work that he did and he's done for this team. The Braves are clearly the better team in this one. Holland, the better pitcher, and the Braves, though, against lefties, hit significantly better than they hit against righties. I'm going to look for the Braves here to find a way. I just think they're the better team. I like Holland. I like what he's done. I think he's a comeback story as well this season. Not quite to the level that Sanchez is. But I'm going to take the Atlanta Braves, and that'll be our last pick for today's show. So to wrap it up, we did 3 free picks. We're going to be back later on with college football show, probably around 5:30, 6 o'clock Eastern time today, and we'll go through the bulk of the college football schedule. We'll do it live on YouTube and on Facebook, so be sure to join us then. And let's recap today's show real quickly. We took the St. Louis Cardinals, the Atlanta Braves, and the over in the Brewers-Cubs game. This is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day. I'll see you guys in the Facebook group after the show.